minutes and you realise there's not many you can take him on.
If we are struggling with this, I think we have to go back to how the managers played in their playing days and what they were like then. And we've seen the way Vieira plays for Arsenal. He just doesn't mess about, does he?
They're both the same height, so
really?
There's no disadvantage. They're both 6'4", so
I mean, Klopp's now got had laser eye surgery done as well.
Yeah,
so
doesn't have the glasses.
He can see now.
Out, yeah.
Oh, that brings a different question into it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Handbags, Manbags, Bumbags podcast. This week we come for our third instalment of Season 2, and this week you will see in the bottom left of our screen we have a special guest this week. Nathan Edwards, welcome to the Handbags, Manbags, Bumbags podcast.
Hello, it's an honour. It's the greatest achievement of my life so far.
It's an honour to have you on. It really is a pure honour. He's the greatest member of the Great Character podcast.
Yeah, joining from Arrival.
Yeah, joining from Arrival.
Twice this week.
Joined our five-a-side team and joined our podcast on loan. So
signed an official contract for that five-a-side as well.
We're making the most out of the loan window here.
Waves in the transfer market.
We've dragged him away.
He's our course rep as well, so he's actually big time.
Nathan, course rep, and he's actually brought us the idea for this week's podcast. As you can see from the title on the YouTube clip, we are going to be doing a kind of a Royal Rumble sort of. I mean, Rob said to me beforehand, he said, I mentioned in the first ever episode of Season 2 that the content's going to get better this year. We've gone the opposite direction. We've got worse.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the welcome back episode we went on a speech about how we've got better audio. We're gonna.
Oh yeah, the audio's better.
We've got a studio now. The next thing is better content, and here we are too.
Already though.
We've got the guest, and Nathan is going to help us delve into which manager would win in a Royal Rumble. So before we came live on here, I did do We've come together with 16 managers, all of which have managed in England at some point. There's obviously 8 last 16 ties, etc., and then we get to the final. So let's dive in with things to start with. And the first last 16 tie actually features the main theme of this podcast, really: Sean Dyche versus Alan Pardew. What do we think?
I think as a Burnley fan, you've got to go first.
I think as a Burnley fan, I will go first, and I think this isn't even a question, really.
No, it's not.
Dyche full stop. I mean, the fact that a journalist in a press conference, I think it was 2 weeks ago, referred to Sean Dyche as Steve Austin. It has to be straight through for him. Not just because I'm biased, because I'm a Burnley fan. Dyche is just one of those characters that you just don't mess with.
Pardew does have a good headbutt.
Pardew's got a good headbutt. Only if it's David Myler, though. Only if it's David Myler. But yeah, Dyche, you wouldn't mess with him, would you?
No, it's not a competition, this one, is it?
No, it's not. That's probably the easiest one we'll have today, I presume.
No, I've seen the draw. Trust me, it is not the easiest.
Well, it's one of the easier ones. Right, next one is Jurgen Klopp versus Patrick Vieira.
Oh God. That one's quite a difficult one.
This is a tough one. So, Rob, I'll let you lead on this one, seeing as you're the Liverpool fan. What do you think Klopp would batter Vieira?
No, I think Vieira nicks it, to be honest.
I'm leaning towards Vieira, I can't lie.
I think you only got to watch him play for about 5 minutes and you realise there's not many you can take him on.
If we are struggling with this, I think we have to go back to how the managers played in their playing days and what they were like then. And we've seen the way Vieira plays for Arsenal. He just doesn't mess about, does he?
They're both the same height, so
really?
There's no disadvantage. They're both 6'4", so
I mean, Klopp's now got had laser eye surgery done as well.
Yeah, doesn't have the glasses.
He can see now.
Out,
Oh, that brings a different question into it now.
Both 6'4", so they're both big men.
No, I think if Vieira can cause Roy Keane as much trouble as he did in his playing career, I think he can take Klopp.
That's a point. I've just realised I could have had Roy Keane in this because he managed Sunderland.
That would have been a battle. Roy Keane versus
You
Vieira.
you shouldn't leave you two in charge.
Oh well, never mind. We've got Mick McCarthy coming up later, so it's all good. But let's make a decision then on Klopp and Vieira.
I'm going Klopp.
I'm going Vieira.
Yeah, Vieira.
I want to say Vieira just because of how he was in his playing days, and it's a tough one.
Klopp's basically a granddad now. He's like
he's getting on.
Yeah, he's approaching 60 now.
Vieira's in his 40s or something.
Yeah,
isn't he?
he's 45. Yeah,
exactly. That's still quite young, really, for a manager. So I'd say Vieira goes through.
We'll just outvoted the guest straight away.
Yeah.
We've invited him on.
Sorry, Nathan, you can go out the door now.
Sorry, yeah.
We've stolen his idea, invited him on, then outvoted him on the first one.
Yep. Okay.
Hostile atmosphere already.
Yeah. Next one, we've got the Ostrich versus Moyes.
Oh, Nigel Peterson.
Nigel Pearson versus
down.
David Moyes. I think it
Pearson.
has to be Pearson, doesn't it?
He is getting to the semi-final. I'm saying it now.
You are an ostrich.
Yeah, it's David Moyes dressed as an ostrich.
Your head is in the sand.
Yeah, exactly.
I think, Nigel Pearson. Wait, was it? He strangled pretty much. It was James McCarthy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that game against Palace.
Yeah. To be fair, David Moyes has got a mean slap on him.
Yeah.
He's got previous.
He is Scottish as well.
They're both the same age as well, so...
Really?
But yeah, both old.
Is Nigel Pearson really as old as David Moyes?
Yeah, they're both 58.
David Moyes is not doing well for
David
himself.
Moyes is 58.
Yep.
What?
He's the same age as my dad.
He's 58, yeah.
That is...
He's 58, yeah.
Well, I think just for the fact that Moyes...
stats man.
I think just for the fact that Moyes has aged that badly, I think it has to go for Pearson.
Yeah.
Just because Moyes... 58?
He's only 58.
Pearson's
really?
aggressive though, like the way he talks as well.
Yeah.
Wait, so when he was in his early 50s when he was United manager?
Yeah.
8 years ago, yeah.
Jesus.
He would've
That's
been-
probably why
he
he's
would've
aged
been
so much.
He was 50 when he.
I think
Yeah.
that stint with Real Sociedad really aged him.
Yeah. And
I
Sunderland.
forgot he
Both
went
of them.
there.
Look
Yeah.
at him 8 years ago, he has like perfectly ginger hair.
Yeah.
Now it's literally just grey
You
all
see,
over.
when he was managing Everton, he actually looked fairly young.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
he
I'm
was
looking at a
young.
picture of him
Yeah.
right now, yeah.
Well, wouldn't be that young, would he? He'd only be 45,
happy he
40,
looks.
same as age
I
as
was like
Vieira.
like
Same age as
15
Vieira
years
is
ago.
now, but Vieira actually still looks young. Moyes at that time. Well,
Yeah.
I think
that's settled it, hasn't it?
He's
It's
58.
no.
The fact
Just-
that he's
just the fact he's that old.
I thought he was pushing 70.
I thought he was as well.
70.
Yeah, I thought he'd be like mid 60s.
I was saying, yeah.
You see, this is the discussion points because if we find out stats like that Moyes is the same age as Pearson and has aged that badly.
Yeah, something's
But to
gone
be
wrong
fair,
in his life.
then again,
70.
then again, Pearson's getting there now.
Mid 60s at least. I suppose Ranieri's like one of the oldest managers
Yeah.
ever, and he's 69, nearly
Yeah.
70.
Yeah.
Oh, probably will be 70 now. He'll have had his
Oh, what's
birthday
Avram
now.
Grant?
won't he?
Avram
Grant.
Grant.
He'll be getting
Come on,
now.
stats man, get on it while we move on to the next one. So we decided that Pearson's
66.
won that easily.
Jesus, well.
We decided that Pearson's won that easily then, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, next one's actually quite a tough one. Well, I'd say it's quite a tough one. It's two former Newcastle managers. It's Rafa versus Steve Bruce.
Oh, Brucey all the way. He's got some built-up aggression.
Why did you say Brucey then?
Well, he's just got built-up aggression.
He was an absolute man-mount of a
couple
centre-back
weeks.
as
Yeah, he
well.
was, to be
Broken
fair.
nose, bloody... Takes out anything in his path.
One head.
Yeah, but
Rafa's out.
Rafa looks like a WWE wrestler or something, just because he's bigger.
Large.
Yeah, yeah.
He's larger.
He is. I feel like Rafa would use a ladder or something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Steve Bruce could take a ladder.
douche.
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
Steve
think
Bruce is taking
douche.
a metal chair shot to the head easy.
Exactly,
No
yeah.
problem.
you've got to question
You've just got to throw.
mentality,
You've just got to
don't
throw
you?
a cabbage at Steve Bruce.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
they got no. For me,
We'll just break down.
you got to question mentality. Is Steve Bruce mentally prepared for this after the last couple of weeks?
Well, yeah. If we were doing it, if it was this week, I don't think Bruce is in the right frame of mind.
Yeah, I don't think he's
but
in
he
the
has
frame
got
of
a lot of
mind.
aggression.
He's
Yeah,
got a lot of
he's got a
aggression.
lot of pent-up aggression. I reckon he'd take it out on Benitez.
But then-
If there's any
Big
fight
time.
that
But
would kill someone,
Benitez
it
will
would be
get a
this
cabbage
fight.
on him or something.
Yeah.
Just lob a cabbage at him, and then it's
No,
game
I
over.
don't know. I feel like Rafa's.
This is why I said this is quite a tough one.
Yeah, I think Brucey.
I think
They're
probably.
both in their 60s, so...
Yeah.
Who's older, Bruce or I think Rafa's older.
Benitez is older by a few months.
A few months.
Yeah. I'd say
Yeah.
I think I'd lean towards Brucey, but I think Rafa's strategy, he'll come into it like he does everything else. He'll try and play smarter. He won't go with brute
sit
force.
back.
Does he bring in Rondon with him?
He definitely does.
It definitely brings in Rondon.
If that
Yeah.
happens,
Brucey
then it could
brings
be
in
over.
Joel Linton.
Oh,
Those
no.
two
No,
scraps.
Brucey brings in Shelby.
Oh, yeah,
Jeff
that's the
Hendrick.
case, yeah.
Just brings in that Brucey just brings in that whole Newcastle team.
Shelby and Rondon in the corner having a
Yeah.
little scrap. Rafa just sits back, Rondon as a wall, waits for Brucey to take him out first.
Newcastle vibes and things. That's from a previous episode.
Yeah, I reckon Steve Bruce takes it though, to be honest.
You think Bruce?
Yeah, I'd
I know
lean to-
Nathan said Bruce.
Brucey
I'd
all the
lean
way.
to Brucey, yeah.
I'm probably outnumbered here. I'd have said Benitez, but
I
You
think
don't know what you're
Rafa's
on
got.
about here.
I think Rafa's.
I've been outnumbered, so we go with Bruce then.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'd back Brucey, but I wouldn't be surprised either way. One I'd like to watch, that one, to be fair.
I think that the next one is a no-brainer. We've got a Pussy versus the greatest manager of all time, Solskjaer versus Warnock.
Can you say that? Have you got to bleep that?
No, I can say that.
You sure?
Yeah.
So
I want to get age restricted.
No.
Solskjaer is 48 and Warnock's in his 70s, though, bro.
Yeah, but it's
not.
Warnock,
Don't
isn't
even
it?
act like it's a debate.
This is not a debate. This is coming down to five-a-side now. Neil Warnock is our motivational speaker
He's
before every
73 in a few weeks.
Neil Warnock is our motivational speaker before every single
how
five-a-side game.
is that not the leading story on the podcast, though? We got a point in five-a-side.
Oh, yeah. There we go. We got a point.
Yeah.
Move on.
I scored the best goal of all time, but then I also made a mistake.
Yeah,
which we
Jake
conceded
through
from.
the game.
Yeah,
But
Horrendous.
what I'm saying is, I actually knew that if I didn't let that goal in, we would have lost 3-2. So
Don't blow your own trumpet, mate. It wasn't
No.
that good.
Yeah, it was.
It was
Messi-esque.
It was.
I literally inherited Messi's ability for 10 seconds.
I turned into prime
David Luiz.
I turned into prime Maxwell Cornet.
Yeah.
But so I don't know why you're even debating.
I can't believe
this.
On
you
the
planned this.
undercard for this thing, can we have Warnock versus Muscat as well? I do want to see that fight.
Yeah. Warnock versus the Lino as well.
Yeah.
So Warnock's on the undercard and in the main event.
Warnock's on the main event and both undercards.
Yeah.
He's a seller.
I've got to question your planning here. If you two created this the other day, you left out Roy Keane and you put in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Well,
point,
we
but,
can't.
yeah.
Well, we were just thinking of 16 managers.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd had a bit to drink,
Yeah. And we did need. Yeah.
Harry wasn't exactly helpful.
No, I don't know who he said. Yeah. But
The only one he provided was one in the next one. So we're going with Warnock then, aren't we?
Easy, yeah.
Obviously, yeah.
Walkover.
That's a no-brainer.
I'm
Don't
claiming.
even question it. You're outnumbered.
He's
so
73.
it doesn't matter. It's Warnock.
He's been around the streets. He knows what
He was
he's doing.
born in the 40s.
Doesn't matter.
40s. He was actually born a few years after World War II ended.
It doesn't matter.
World War II ended and he was born like 2 years
It shows
later.
he's got the
Yeah.
grit.
But as
He's
Ben
got the
said,
grit.
Ollie is a
Experience.
pussy. But is
Exactly.
his job on the line here? If it is, then it's a different question.
I don't know, but can you bring that in anymore after the weekend?
No.
Is that a valid point anymore?
Jake's told me not to mention United at all today, so
United played yesterday. I didn't know that.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is one of the ones that Harry did provide us with. Tony Pulis versus Roy Hodgson.
Which one do you
Yeah.
provide?
Pulis. Because
Yeah.
it
No,
was.
I
Shout.
provided Pulis.
Was it you that
Yeah.
provided? Was it you that provided Pulis?
Yeah.
Who else? Who was
So
it?
Harry offered nothing.
No.
Oh,
Harry
I know.
didn't.
It was going to be Thomas Tuchel versus Hodgson.
Oh, that was it.
You
Yeah.
put Tuchel in as well.
Well, we just sort of random. We had to have some current managers from
Yeah.
the Premier League, but also ones that had managed in the Premier League before. But it only just popped into my head that Roy Keane had managed Sunderland.
Yeah.
I'd have suggested Keane if I was there, but I sacked it off.
Yeah,
You would.
but yeah, Pulis versus Hodgson. If you're going to make the same case as you did for Warnock, that Hodgson's
Yeah, this is
probably
the
nearly
easiest one.
80.
Pulis is winning this easy.
It's
bro.
easy. yeah.
Pulis.
He's the
That-
John
just
Cena
that-
of it with
just
the cap
that
and
ca-
everything.
yeah,
Roy
the
Hodgson's
cap.
even older than Warnock.
He's
Right.
ancient.
It's just the
Don't
fact
judge
that
age. It's all experience.
it's
Yeah.
Pulis's cap that does it for
Yeah,
me.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, Pulis is a dark horse of the whole thing, I think.
Pulis's cap and the fact he's been managing in Stoke for so long.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
hardened to like all
Yeah.
the conditions and
Yeah.
stuff.
He's
Is it
managed-
hosted in Stoke? Is that what's happening here?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And the
Next to
sports
the
centre of the
surround.
university.
Sports Centre. Okay.
Yeah.
We're the refs.
Pulis has
Yeah.
definitely got an advantage.
Yeah, we're the
over.
refs.
His buddy, got used to the surroundings in Stoke. So he's
Pulis it
definitely
is
got
then.
a-
We've got
yeah.
one of us
Pulis
in the
I think
middle
that's
being a
what
ref, and the rest of us on the commentary in the corner. It's Warnock off the ropes and Solskjaer's down!
Right. Now, next one is Nuno versus Jam Roly Poly.
Oh, Harry Redknapp.
Yeah.
Harry Redknapp. Crouching
down.
Defoe are coming out.
Herman Horizon.
Nico Cruncher.
Nico
The wheeler
Cruncher.
dealer move.
Redknapp pulls in his car, just winds the window down.
Redknapp has got so many people he can call on here.
I know,
Crouchy,
yeah.
Defoe,
Cruncher.
Cruncher, Herman Horizon,
This is
David
a-
James. He's got such a strong backing for his team.
Yeah.
Odd
Whereas
and windy.
Nuno-
Whereas
Nuno-
Nuno's got Neves and Matinho pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Adama Traore.
Nah.
Nah.
He's got some strength on him, he does. He
but
could,
Yeah.
Crouchy could take him.
I mean, given, to be honest,
Crouch could take anyone.
Yeah.
Adama Traore probably, given his football career, he'd probably run in, give it a big and flex his muscles and miss the punch.
Yeah, absolutely. But
I should have worn my Crouchy shirt today.
I mean, to be fair,
Cool.
I think if we were talking about this in an actual fun, Nuno's quite a strong person.
Wait,
He's a
He's
nutter
bold
as
as
well.
well.
He used to be a keeper. They're all a bit.
That's why
they're
I'm
a bit sane
suggesting
in
to
the
say
head.
Nuno.
No, I'm going Harry. I'm
It ca-
still going Harry.
We can't just say Redknapp just because of the memes and stuff.
No, I think Nuno takes him.
I think it's got to be Nuno on this one
Yeah,
personally.
Okay, I understand. Yeah.
It's got to be Nuno.
He is a bit of a nutter.
Yeah, that's the only reason because Nuno is such a nutter.
Yeah. That's fair enough. Yeah.
Final last 16 game. Sam Allardyce versus Mick McCarthy.
Okay.
This is tough.
This is a tough one. I mean,
Big Sam.
Big Sam. Why are you not paying
I
attention?
was reading about Harry Redknapp.
Well, get your next one up now. Sam Allardyce and Mick McCarthy. Get some stats driven.
I was just saying, Redknapp suffered a fractured skull and a broken nose. and
Nuno all the way then.
Yeah.
Right,
this is in the past. I reckon it shows how hard he is, mate. I'm actually going Redknapp, so it's a tie.
Oh.
Oh.
As head judge, I'm making the executive decision to put Nuno through.
It's basically
That's
what we say doesn't matter unless we 3v1.
No, I reckon the guest should decide who goes through.
I like that idea.
Now we've outvoted him once.
Redknapp or
I'd say Redknapp.
Redknapp through then.
Okay, fair enough then.
Redknapp through.
Fair enough.
That's an
okay.
upset.
That is an upset. That's a big upset.
Yeah,
That's Premier
there's
League
always got to
versus
be
League
one, though,
One.
hasn't there?
Yeah. It's never going to be Solskjaer against Warnock.
No chance. Allardyce, Mick McCarthy then.
And
Jake, get some win percentages up then. What are we thinking about this one? This is a tough one.
What are the weights of the two managers?
I want to say...
both 6'3", but I
Big
definitely...
Sam's 6'3". Jesus.
Yeah. I definitely reckon
Big
Sam is packing some weight.
I think the fact that we call him Big Sam...
Yeah.
It's just that, and his girth as well.
Mick
Mick McCarthy's tall and slim.
Yeah, he's a tall, slender man.
Sam Allardyce is tall
big
and round. Big.
I won't say round. He's just
Big.
stocky, isn't he? He's just a big, stocky man.
I think
big
Mick's
man.
got an unfortunate draw here, I can't lie. I think
And Big Sam will just spit his chewing gum at him.
yeah. I'd expected Mick to be a contender, but he's got a tough first round draw, but these
He has
things
got
happen
a tough first round
sometimes.
draw. It does happen, but...
Big Sam and his bloody gravy.
Yeah.
He's gone clear.
The fact that Big Sam has managed a lot of clubs in the north as well.
Yeah.
Bolton, Blackburn.
Yeah.
Has he managed? I probably has managed Wigan
Was it
once
Sunderland?
before. He's
Did he
definitely
manage
managed Sunderland.
Yeah.
Sunderland, yeah.
Newcastle.
There's probably
Everton.
West Ham
Everton,
as well.
obviously.
West Ham in London, they're pretty rough as well.
Yeah. So
Rough end of London.
Yeah.
Mick McCarthy, where's he managed? At Wolves,
Cardiff.
Ipswich.
Let's have a gander.
Cyprus? Was it Cyprus he went?
Oh.
Apoel he went, didn't he?
Yeah, that is
yeah.
correct. Cardiff. Obviously Republic of Ireland.
Yeah, he was obviously
for a bit.
Ireland manager.
Yeah,
Sunderland.
that knocks him down.
Millwall,
Yeah.
to be fair, he managed Millwall.
That just makes it really
That's
tough
brought
now.
it in.
Oh,
How'd he get on at Millwall? Was he successful?
Managed them for 4 years.
4 years? That's quite long, that,
4
for a
years
Millwall
at
manager.
Millwall.
Oh, God, this is tough now.
I'm saying Big Sam.
I think Sam takes it. I think Mick's unlucky with his draw.
Yeah, I think
Especially first round.
I was
Big
drawn.
Sam
I
will
was
be
drawn towards
infused
Big
about
Sam
it.
anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the Millwall link has made it much closer in my head, but I think Sam
the fact
takes
he was at Millwall for 4 years as well has made that
He's
a
probably
really
learned
tough
a few
decision.
things.
Yeah, but Big Sam, I think we agreed on Big Sam then going through.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Yeah,
You
excellent.
can't have Big Sam knocked out in the first round.
Exactly.
You know?
Right, we go into the quarterfinals then.
So that's all the managers you've brought up with then. So you've added it. You've put in Solskjaer. You wanted Tuchel. You've missed out Roy Keane. You've left out Mourinho.
Mourinho.
I did have Mourinho in, but
did
you
we?
told me to change it.
Oh yeah, maybe. I think I remember that. Yeah.
I did have Mourinho in, but you told me to change
Some
it.
questionable picks there.
But
I'm just looking at these pictures of Big Sam smiling. He's going all the way, mate. He's going all the way.
You can
There's
tell.
a-
He's a confident chap.
What's the quarters then?
the
What a man.
first quarterfinal, it's Dyche versus Vieira.
Oh my God, what a battle that is!
That's a tough quarter to
We've-
start. I mean, I know my vote's Dyche all day long.
We've
but
eliminated a lot of weak links already.
I
It's gonna be tough.
cannot be biased. That's the problem. I cannot be biased.
Vieira had Klopp, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dyche got
It's a
freebie
tough
with
one.
Pardew,
It's a
didn't he?
real tough one, this.
For me,
I'm
if
going
Vieira's got the height advantage, the reach.
Oh no,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, but Dyche has been referred to as Steve Austin by
I
journalists.
saw the other day like a tackle Dyche did, and after that, I'm
Dyche
like,
and
he's
his
the roughest
Yeah.
Dyche in
Dyche
his playing
his day.
days would not give
It was
any
a 2 foot on the
sympathy.
kneecap, and he was still.
You look at
questioning the red.
videos of Sean Dyche when he was playing for teams like Watford and Chesterfield. He would not back down
No.
at all, and he was playing in like League One and League Two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
I
is like,
think I'd back Dyche here.
especially in like the 90s as well, when football was like proper hooliganism,
Proper
Yeah.
football.
proper football,
I'll back
proper
Dyche.
Brexit and that.
Yeah.
I want to say Dyche, but this is
Yeah, I'll back
this is
him.
not me being biased or anything. I do want to just say Dyche.
I'll back
but
Dyche here as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm Dyche.
I reckon Vieira has it all day, but
It's 3-1, Jake. I'm afraid, but
Yeah.
Vieira has like just
yes,
This is
Vieira might have the
democracy.
height, but Sean
the
Dyche will just
athleticism as well. Like.
Sean Dyche will just
Don't
lump it.
underestimate.
Dyche
Sean
Dyche has the experience. I think he's done something like this before.
The amount of pub brawls he's been in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Sean Dyche has a pub named after him.
Exactly.
That's got to be taken
He's
into the
definitely
question.
chinned a fair few players in his time.
Oh yeah, 100%. Have a look at Sean Dyche's actual playing record. See if he got any red cards or out.
Oh, is that even a question?
He
Well,
surely
you never
got
know.
one.
He must have, but I can't remember.
Move on to the next one while I.
Okay, the next. Well, let me just check the next one. It's
So Dyche is through then, yeah?
Dyche is through,
Dyche is through
yeah.
as it stands.
As it stands.
Nigel Pearson versus who did we put? Rafa. It was Brucey, wasn't it?
Oh
Brucey,
God,
yeah.
this is
Pearson versus Bruce.
this will pain me. This one. I want Brucey to go through, but
This is a
Pearson.
tough one. It's the ostrich versus the cabbage.
Oh.
Tactically inept cabbage.
Oh no.
Oh, this is a tough one. Why did the draw have to screw us over like this?
Of all,
You made it.
So of all,
No, I didn't make it. It was randomised.
This is like Man City PSG.
of all Dyche's
Yeah.
recorded games, he only got one red card out of 175
He
games.
definitely. I knew he'd have one. There's
14
no way.
yellows.
There's no way he went through his career
Yeah.
without getting a red card.
Let's move on to.
But for me, Bruce is winning this all day.
you
Bruce.
got
Bruce, I'll
over
go
Pearson.
confident
Pearson.
about that. How
No.
come you're so confident about that?
He's just
Well,
just
Pe-
look
Pe-
at his
Pe-
nose.
Pe-
bro.
Pearson-
He's heading.
It's
he's
all about
headbutting
the
everything.
nose.
Pearson's
Yeah.
58, isn't he? He's the same age as Moyes.
Yeah, Bruce is a couple of years older.
Bruce in his 60s, isn't he?
60, yeah.
Yeah.
Pearson's taller, I'd say. Or is he?
Let's
I don't
have a
know.
look.
I think
Brucey-
Pearson.
Pearson's 6'1", I know that.
But again, Brucey's packing more.
If Brucey's able to get on the top rope and fall on,
Oh, yeah.
fall on him, it's over.
It's over,
Actually,
yeah.
that's how I'm
Steve
going to
Bruce
go.
is 6
Brucey from
foot.
the top rope.
Steve Bruce is 6 foot.
Wow. Okay.
No, I reckon just a swift headbutt from Bruce,
I
and it's all over.
To be honest, I think Brucey's probably got this as well.
I think Pearson takes this.
Really?
no.
Get a picture of Steve Bruce
Okay.
up and just look at his head.
Okay,
One
what's
swift
your
headbutt
reason?
from
What's
that.
your reasoning for going Pearson then?
I think a similar argument to Dyche. I think like he's definitely this feels more into his category of past life experience than it would for Bruce. I think.
I mean, I think that the one that puts me forward towards Pearson is the fact of the strangling against James McCarthy.
Yeah. I mean, put it this way: I'd rather annoy Steve Bruce than Nigel
Oh
Pearson.
yeah, because you know with Nigel Pearson, he's just going to thump you on.
Yeah.
Or call me something. Which
Yeah,
I'll get
but
upset
like we're
about.
saying, Steve Bruce has so much anger right now.
He does. That's
Yeah,
the point. If we're doing it next week,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if we did this a month down the line, I reckon Pearson has it. But right now,
Nigel Pearson's still in the job, isn't he?
right now,
Bristol
City,
I
isn't
think
he?
Bruce
Yeah.
takes it all day long. He's just
I'm going Bruce as well.
He's just.
I'd be tempted to say Bruce. I was going to say Bruce anyway, but
That's democracy. Then I'm out.
it's democracy.
Pearson's gone.
It is, but it's well.
We
Go
are-
on,
It's for the
Steve.
best.
This is going to get really tight now.
We are a democracy.
Here we go. Warnock versus Tony Pulis.
Oh God.
The dark horse
It doesn't get
against.
any
it's
easier, does
it's
it?
the dark horse versus one of the favourites.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a tough one.
This is like Brighton City at the weekend.
Yeah. This is Oh, this is interesting. Right. Who's putting a case towards Warnock on this one then?
I want to go.
Just
Warnock.
because of
think-
how Warnock was during the early
Yeah.
2000s, during his time at Sheffield United,
I
how
think.
aggressive he was.
Pulis isn't like.
This is
Pearson,
2021 though. He's
Yeah,
not
well, I
like-
think
doesn't
that, this
matter.
is. I think
though.
this is
isn't
where the
like
age factor
Pearson,
comes
though.
in.
How old's Pulis though? He's not.
Pulis has got to be in his.
63.
Oh, see,
That's 10 years in
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't know. I think
that
the
extra
age
10
comes in
years,
here.
72, like.
It doesn't matter.
Height as well. Warnock's a bit short,
Oh,
isn't
yeah,
he?
no, but
To be fair,
they're-
there's only 1 inch
They're both
between them.
short.
Is there?
They're
Yeah.
both quite short.
I did
Remember, he
I
has
thought
that man
Pulis was
bag
quite
with all the
tall.
signed copies. He
Exactly.
can just start flinging at Pulis, and once that happens, Pulis has no
A
control.
couple of
this
paper
is-
cuts weaken him.
This is tough.
I'm going with Warnock.
You're saying Warnock.
Yeah, Warnock.
Don't know. I think.
I mean, I think the fact that this tournament is being held in Stoke-on-Trent as well, I think Pulis has got the home factor
that's
edge.
true. Yeah.
home advantage.
Because he's managed at Stoke for
Actually,
close to 10 years.
Warnock hates the Stoke dressing rooms. Remember when he was complaining about
Yeah,
it?
he does, he
That's
hates
true,
them.
actually, yeah.
Pulis
I mean-
is through, in my
Pulis
opinion.
is through now after that.
I think it's Pulis.
Yeah, I think the age.
And I think the age factor that Jake said
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that.
keeps Pulis in
it's
the game.
it's the away
I'm-
dressing room for Warnock that sways me to Pulis.
Yeah.
Final quarter-final then. Nuno
I
versus
can't
Sam
believe it.
Allardyce.
Big
I
Sam.
thought
Big
Warnock
Sam,
would
big
have-
Sam.
yeah.
Big Sam.
Big
Nuno,
Sam.
Nuno's a Spurs manager as well. Quarter-final,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
bottling it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nuno was lucky. Nuno was only just about scraped through the last round, to be honest. So he's not
Yeah.
beating Big Sam.
Who did
No.
Nuno have again?
What?
Who did Nuno have?
In the
What
first
in the
round.
Yeah.
Harry Redknapp?
Yeah, Redknapp.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Big Sam all day.
Big Sam for me all day. Right.
Yeah.
He
um,
just
I can't believe,
manhandled him. He
I
would
can't believe
manhandle him.
Warnock's out on the quarters. I thought he was destined for the
it's
final.
just the fact that he's played.
There's a
Tony
final.
Pulis.
There's a final I want on.
Well, we've got the first quarter-final now. The first semi-final.
Oh.
It's Dyche versus Bruce.
I'm going Brucey. I'm still going Brucey.
Steve Bruce.
Dyche has had a tough round as well. He could be a bit knackered.
Oh yeah, to be fair, we got to think about the previous games. Bruce, I don't know. Bruce had a tough tie. in
Bruce
his
has
last
had a
game.
tough one first up against Rafa.
Yeah, oh no, that's an easy one. Rafa's just reading a book and Bruce comes out of nowhere and whacks him.
No, but then Rafa just
You got
hits him with
Bruce
the book.
Yeah, that ain't affecting Bruce.
Yeah, he's been hit by worse.
He's definitely headbutted through concrete walls and all
Yeah.
sorts. He has.
It was Bruce, but Bruce has played Nigel Pearson and Rafa.
Oh, yeah, Nigel Peterson.
Yeah, Bruce has had two tough games. I think.
Whereas Dyche has had Pardew and Vieira.
Vieira's a tough one there.
Vieira's
Vieira's
a tough one.
tough
Pardew
one,
isn't.
Ah,
I think
I'd say
tired
Bruce,
legs
I'd say
come
Bruce
in.
has got the. Dyche is a lot younger than Bruce as well.
10 years, but
It's yeah.
I'm going Brucey still.
I'm going for Steve Bruce as well.
I'm going Dyche. I think Brucey's tired after his first two games. I think.
I want to say Dyche, but I'm going to let fate decide on this one.
Is the prize just like for the winner massive like a lifetime supply of gravy?
Yeah, what is the
let's do
prize?
it. That
is, then Brucey's winning.
Lifetime. I'm going to ask Siri.
I'm gonna do a wheel flip.
Siri, heads or tails?
Whose heads? Heads is.
It's heads.
That's Brucey because he's got a cabbage head.
Yeah, did
Wait,
you,
hang on, hang on.
did you assign it before you asked Siri?
No, I did not. No, I didn't. Okay. Dyche's tails,
Yeah.
Bruce's heads.
Oh no. Okay.
Bruce's heads, Dyche's tails.
Siri.
Siri,
Why
heads
you-
or tails?
Why would you ask Siri?
It's tails.
Well, that means it's 2-2 then.
No,
Oh yeah.
I voted for Dyche, and I'll let fate decide.
Yeah, one more because we did heads
Okay.
first one.
Yeah.
Best
So
out of
it's
three.
1-1. Best out of three.
Just one
So
Brucey
we're-
Why would you
through.
ask
So
Siri before signing it?
Shut up. Dyche's heads, isn't
Never
it?
gonna live
You're
that
in
down.
charge of
Dyche's
this.
tails.
Yeah.
He's in
Dyche's
charge and he
tails,
doesn't
yeah.
even do that.
Siri, heads or tails?
Come on, Siri.
It's tails.
Oh
Dyche's through.
Dyche.
Dyche's in the final.
That's
Gutted.
disgusting.
I'm
That is
actually
disgusting.
gutted.
That's a massive robbery.
That is a robbery.
Well,
We need a rematch instantly, right this second.
Bruce
Do it
goes
again.
in. Bruce goes into the third place playoff.
Bruce won the fans' hearts.
I'm fuming.
Well, then we go into our second semi-final then, which is Tony Pulis versus Sam Allardyce.
Allardyce.
Big Sam all day.
Big Sam.
He's just got the weight and he's just
Pulis has got the home advantage.
yeah,
Again,
but
he's
Big
got
Sam.
the Stoke crowd.
Big
Big
Sam
Sam
would-
doesn't care about that. Big Sam
He
just
loves it.
Big Sam can
Big Sam
Yeah.
thrives off them.
any situation.
If anything,
Yeah,
the
I guess.
having the crowd on Pulis, if anything, benefits Big Sam.
I guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
Tony Pulis is going to feel the pressure, and Big Sam will just stroll up like there's no
I
care
don't
in the
know.
world.
This is where the big brain players have got to come in here. If Pulis comes in with a wad of cash, Sam's gone.
That
He's
is
distracted.
That's a
This
good
is where
point.
the instruments and stuff like that get into play.
This is where the mind gets.
Yeah.
Pulis is a good
Yeah, but
tactical
no,
manager.
this
He
is-
will
this
come
is
in
where-
with a couple of 50s, put him in the corner, and then
This is
Sam's
where
distracted.
Sam
Yeah.
just comes out with the ladder or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Sam Allardyce is the sort of bloke that would just come out with the ladder
You
Yeah.
would.
or a chair.
I reckon Pulis would
both.
think he's got the
Yeah.
advantage, and then Big Sam will just like sit up like the
Big
Undertaker.
Sam would do a Tyson
Tony
Fury.
Pulis would dominate the early rounds, but then Sam Allardyce would probably just
Yeah.
come in and then just
We've got.
smack 'em
We
on.
should have said what is the prize? Because if it's money, no one is getting anywhere near Big Sam.
No, it's just a
For his
massive.
money.
It's a lifetime supply of gravy, which also.
It's a
Price
lifetime
the
it's a
same to
lifetime
Big
supply
Sam.
of Arbisto.
Yeah. Which
Oh,
I'm
for knowing
surprised.
that, I would have put Bruce through if I
Yeah.
knew that was a prize.
Yeah, that is.
Dyche don't care about getting gravy,
Yeah, he
does he?
does.
No, he wants worms.
He wants worms.
And gravel.
Worms and gravy. Worms and gravel. Yeah.
Well,
Worms.
we've got to make a decision here. It's
Are we putting Steve Bruce through now because there's a 3v1? That's what I'm saying.
well,
Yeah,
we've already made
it's-
the vote.
No. We've
Well, if
put
If
the-
I was
the
if
rematch
I was
clause
aware
in.
the prize was
If we-
gravy,
okay,
I'd go
if
and
Bruce
Bruce.
Bruce come back from the dead. Is that
rematch
what's happened
clause,
here?
Bruce has won the rematch.
Well,
Yeah.
let's go back to that game then. We're into extra time in the Bruce
Yeah.
versus Dyche
Brucey
encounter.
last minute header. Wins it.
Bruce.
Now, if you
Bruce
told,
has come
now
from
we
the
know
death.
that if they're playing for gravy, it's anyone except Bruce Big Sam final is a disgrace.
Okay, fair. I'll accept it. I will accept it. It's the Bruce versus Allardyce final then.
That is what we want to hear.
This is big.
They've
I'm
moved.
happy
mean,
this has happened.
We are going to let Twitter decide on this as well.
Yeah.
I am going to put some polls out on there.
But
and
this
get
is a
Twitter to
crunchy-
decide,
This has
but-
to happen. Like BT, Sky Sports. Why aren't you
Make
doing
it
this?
a charity
Yeah.
event. Make it a charitable event at the
No,
end of
this
every
fight's
season.
big enough to be on pay-per-view, mate. This
Yeah.
is bigger than
Yeah,
any.
pay-per-view.
If I
Put
was
it-
Jeff Bezos, I'd spend all my money to get this to happen.
Yeah.
This is bigger than any Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua
Yeah.
fight. Or
Yeah.
anything
Don't
like
don't
that.
let Eddie Hearn get it as promoter.
Yeah.
We're guaranteed to see a knockout and no
we
knockout.
want to see Ian Whittle as the promoter for this
Oh
fight.
yes. That is what we want to hear.
We'll be the,
wait.
we'll be the commentary team.
Hang on, let's think about this realistically then. If this Steve Bruce Allardyce fight was to happen, who would be the
But is this
promoter?
getting hosted at the Britannia Stadium?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was going. It was in the
The
uni.
sport- yeah,
it was
Uni
a
Sports
sports centre a
Centre.
minute
Nah,
ago.
for the final, I reckon Big stage.
Yeah, all the group games are in the sports centre.
Yeah, big game, big stage.
Vale
Two
Park.
absolute.
Before we get on the final, we just all unanimous decision that Pulis beats Dyche in the first place playoff.
Yeah.
That doesn't need to be covered, does it? Pulis has Dyche, surely.
No.
I don't know. I reckon Dyche. I reckon Dyche.
I don't think Dyche has it in him. I don't think he's
Nah.
that bold about it. He wants a proper
Bear in mind,
scrap. He
Dyche
doesn't
just
want
come
any
for
of
an
this
extra
artificial
time
crap.
scrap with Steve Bruce
Yeah.
as well. He's going to be
True.
tired.
He'll have had a break by then. It's not straight after, is it?
Yeah,
Yes.
just continuous. No
Continuous,
stop.
yeah.
24 hours non-stop. The rest are still finding it out somewhere.
24 hours straight rumble.
Yeah.
Deary me.
It's only for the fittest. That's why Bruce and Big Sam have got to the final.
This is not on.
One of the fittest guys went out in like.
Pearson started fights in the car park. He's fuming. He's gone out.
This is not on. Right, we've got 5 minutes to discuss the final then of Bruce versus Allardyce.
Oh,
For me, it's Big Sam, but Steve Bruce puts up a hell of a scrap.
It's a hell of
It's
an
a
encounter.
brilliant scrap. This is extra time all over it.
It's just going to penalties. This one.
I can hear penalties.
It's that much of a scrap that
Just a
both
free
men
shot.
just can't stand at the end.
This is a beating after beating, like an elephant seal versus another elephant seal, just whacking each other's trunks.
Yeah.
It would be crazy.
Them just coming together, just bang.
I fear for the
headbutt each
audience.
other.
The bounce back if they catch each other's bellies and come off, the audience is going to be in trouble.
It's a big price for ringside tickets from this fight.
Yeah.
Big
We
price.
get them for free because it's our idea.
we're promoters.
Yeah.
But answering that question, who would be the main promoter for it? Someone that's got played for both Allardyce and Bruce. It's got to be, hasn't it?
Oh,
Who's
God.
played for both?
Quite a lot of players probably. They've both been round the block.
Peter Crouch and Jermaine Defoe. What about those two? They haven't played for any of them, but
No, Defoe's worked with Allardyce at Sunderland.
oh yeah, he saved them, didn't he?
Yeah.
Let's have a gander.
We've got to
Do
be
some
quick on this,
research.
haven't we? So, who are we saying for the final then? While we think of the promoter,
I'm saying
I want to say
Big Sam.
I want to say Allardyce.
Big Sam wins the Royal Rumble.
I'd back him.
I reckon Big Sam.
I think
as well.
it's unanimous.
By unanimous decision.
Like there's
Sam
knockout in the third round.
Yeah. I think
No, 12. It'll go all the way.
it'll go all the way. But I think it either Allardyce knocks him out or it goes to points decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it comes down
I
to
think
points.
it
this
comes
one.
down to the points
No, I
in
don't
this
think-
one.
Can there be points on this, or is it just a battle to the death? Like if it gets to 12
To the
rounds, it
death.
just has to keep on going.
I think eventually.
Well, there's no exact rules or anything, is there?
I think
Well,
Bruce.
it's like Squid Games, like.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's a good
yeah.
game.
And bloody Bruce just kills himself.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, so long, Big Sam. Just
I think we keep putting Brucey through because he's got pent up anger. I think by the time he's got through 3 fights, especially an extra time one with Dyche, I think his anger's going to start
How
to
much
run out.
anger
I
Yeah.
think
can
he'll
one
be
man
tired.
have?
I think John Joe Shelby's got to be promoter.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Shelby,
John Joe
yeah.
Shelby, yeah.
I don't know if he's would he have been under would he been there when Allardyce was there, or I don't know, at Newcastle.
No.
No, wouldn't
Nah,
have thought
too
so.
early.
no, his Newcastle days
No.
were long ago.
I still
2000s.
think Shelby's the
Yeah,
ideal
no, I like
candidate.
Shelby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be
He'd probably get
promoter.
involved. He'd love to throw
he
a punch at
would.
someone.
He'd be the person who's supposed to be a judge that just gets involved.
Yeah.
Just because it's Shelby, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's bald and got no hair, and
Yeah. Big
it's just
nose, kind of.
we're kind of losing fruition here. But we've decided that Allardyce is going to win this, isn't he?
Yeah. I
And he
think
brings home the supply of year's supply of
Yeah.
so.
gravy.
He's bathing in gravy every morning.
Him
Yeah,
baths in it, yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody-
baths in gravy.
Yeah. Then drinks his bath gravy as well.
Yeah.
Starts selling it like Belle Delphine. Just little pots of gravy for sale from Big
For your
Sam's.
Sunday
Dairy.
roast.
Deary me.
Give your roast an extra flavour.
Well,
I'd actually purchase that as well.
well,
Wow. Okay.
well.
Big Sam's gravy.
I think that's. I think we finish it there. Just based. That's
Oh.
just.
I found one.
Andy Carroll.
Andy Carroll's played under them both.
That is a.
Why we didn't think of that in the first place, I do
Well,
not know.
Andy Carroll and John Joe Shelby, or just both?
No, Andy Carroll's the main promoter. John
Andy
Joe
Carroll's
Shelby.
played under Bruce, obviously the last couple of seasons,
Yeah.
and Allardyce with
There
West
we
Ham.
go.
Incredible.
There we
Andy.
go. Andy Carroll. is
Andy
the
Carroll's
promoter.
the promoter because he's unbiased. Even though I think he likes Bruce after
Well,
last season.
There we go. Congratulations to Sam Allardyce,
Yeah,
who has
congrats. What
been
an honour.
voted
Yeah.
in as the most likely to win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Big Sam, the world heavyweight
Big-
champion.
Him
Yeah.
versus Tyson Fury next.
Yeah,
Yeah, to unify all the belts.
yeah.
Big Sam's got them all now.
It's a very different episode for us here, but
More professional than usual.
Yeah.
at least we've managed to get 40 minutes of good discussion.
I can't believe we've got 40 minutes out of this.
Has it actually been 40 minutes?
Yeah.
We've got 38
Wow.
minutes we're on, pretty
Wow,
much.
that is
We
impressive.
promised better content 2 weeks ago.
This is good content.
Yeah,
This is
will
good.
go viral, I
Look,
swear.
it doesn't matter that we have the odd week where it's just a DOS episode like this, thinking of which manager's most likely to bat another one. It's not bad content. It's engaging content because then we can get our listeners involved, saying which manager you think will scrap the other one.
And
Oh,
they could say like Nigel Pearson. They could.
Yeah.
They might
totally
come up with
overthrow
a
us.
different answer to Allardyce.
I've just
but I
been
don't see why
thinking
they
the
would.
whole time, like, thank God this is soundproof. Because I've seen there's been people walking around having tours around the studios when we've been there. Imagine if they could hear us through the window and we're just sitting there, who's going to batter each other out of
Exactly.
Pardew and Bruce.
Exactly. It makes for brilliant content here on this podcast.
Yeah.
But this will not be the way forward, and this will not be happening every single week.
You say that, but it just will. so.
It will
It's
be.
exactly the kind of thing
Next
we would
week
do.
it'll be who's got the biggest dick in the Premier League or something.
Mikel Antonio.
Yeah, well, maybe.
There you go.
Well, I don't think that's going to be our way forward. We are still going to be going for the more professional approach, but this week's solely an exception because Nathan wanted to bring the Royal Rumble idea.
Yeah.
Because his podcast is not start. When is your podcast restarting, or is it ever
I
restarting?
think we want to do it with guests and things like that, so I think you'll probably need a bit more
more planning.
Yeah, a bit more
Yeah.
planning, and then
Fair
we'll see what
enough.
happens, but yeah.
As long as it gets going again, because I've given you the big one on here, but we've into the final minute, so let's start to wrap things up. Yes, this is an anomaly of an episode, but
How have we got 40 minutes?
it's an
out of
enjoyable
this?
anomaly of an episode, but it is time to wrap things up. Thank you to Nathan for joining
Yeah,
us
thanks
this
for having
week. It's a pleasure to have you on, and
Yeah.
thank you for bringing us some
First real
fantastic
life.
content.
Yeah.
First real life guest we've had
It's
as well.
his first real life
Wow,
guest,
what
and
an
what a guest we've got.
When
But
this gets 100 million deal from Spotify.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But yeah, let's wrap things up. Thank you very much for listening, and we shall see you next week for some more dreadful content. Adios.
Cheers, bye.
Right.